In the small town of Timberline, a 900-pound, 408 kg grizzly bear named Boog enjoys a captive but luxurious existence and spends his days as the star attraction of the town's nature show. While at night living in the garage of park ranger Beth, who has raised Boog since he was a cub. One day, the cold-hearted hunting fanatic Shaw drives into Timberline with a one-antlered mule deer named Elliot strapped to the hood of his truck, who is unconscious after being hit by the truck. When Boog meets him, he discovers that he has memory loss, thinks he's lonely, and forgets about the accident. After he frees him, the deer follows Boog home, only to find Boog sleeping comfortably in the garage. To wake Boog up, Elliot throws rabbits at the window. He tells Boog to be free from his garage captivity and introduces him to a world of sweet temptations he has never known. When Boog becomes sick from eating too many candy bars, events quickly spiral out of control. As the two raid a convenience store, Elliot escapes before Boog is caught by a friend of Beth's, Sheriff Gordy. At the nature show, Elliot, being chased by Shaw, sees Boog and goes to him for help. But wanting nothing to do with him after their previous encounter, Boog tries to get rid of him. The audience sees and mistakes him for attacking Elliot and they go into panic. Shaw attempts to shoot Boog and Elliot, but Beth sedates both animals with a tranquilizer gun just before Shaw fires his own gun. Shaw flees before Gordy can arrest him. Realizing that Boog is too threatening in the town, Beth relocates him and Elliot into the Timberline National Forest, only 2 days before open season starts, but they are relocated above the waterfalls, where they will be safe from the hunters. Since he lacks any outdoor survival skills, Boog reluctantly takes Elliot as his unstable guide to get him back home to Timberline to reunite with Beth, but in the woods, they quickly learn that animals can be extremely unwelcoming. Boog runs into a lot of forest animals who think he's a loser, including skunks Maria and Rosie, ducks Serge and Denny, various unnamed panic-stricken rabbits, the Scottish accented squirrel McSquizzy and his loyal gang of fellow acorn-throwing squirrels, Beaver Riley and his construction worker team, a porcupine named Buddy who is in search of a friend, and a herd of deer led by Ian and Giselle, whom Elliot is in love with and quickly remembers. Eventually, Boog learns about self-reliance and Elliot gains self-confidence, and they start to become friends. The next day, it is revealed that Elliot has absolutely no idea where he and Boog are going and has been leading Boog in a big circle, due to his memory loss. After accidentally causing a flood at Rielly's Dam, Boog and Elliot are confronted by Shaw. Boog rescues his toy bear, Dinkelman, before the current makes the doll float out of Boog's paw. They end up in a waterfall, which sends the animals falling down into the hunting grounds. After thinking Shaw is dead, at first all the animals are furious at Boog for pushing them into the hunting ground, but then he accuses Elliot of lying to him about knowing where Timberline is. Boog angrily storms off, but unwittingly ends up in Shaw's log cabin, where he is discovered by Shaw, who is revealed to have survived, while Boog manages to make a hasty escape before Shaw could get him when he ends up to the city road where Boog happens upon the glowing lights of Timberline. Instead of deserting the animals, Boog reconciles with Elliot and helps the animals defend themselves, while befriending them in the process, using supplies taken from an RV owned by a caring married couple named Bob and Bobby, who are looking for Bigfoot, while their pet dachshund Mr. Weenie joins the forest animals. The next day, Boog leads a revolution against the hunters, causing the hunters to retreat in defeat after McSquizzy blows up their trucks with a propane tank ignited by using an emergency flare. Shaw returns for a final showdown and seemingly kills Elliot by gunshot, prompting Boog to furiously confront Shaw and quickly overpower him by tying him up with his own gun. Boog accompanies Elliot, who survived and with his memory back, but his remaining antler is broken off by the shot. The forest animals thank Boog for his help and then proceed to take their vengeance on Shaw by smothering him with honey and pillow feathers and sending him fleeing into the woods. Beth later returns in a helicopter to take Boog back home. Realizing how the experience has changed him, Boog decides to stay in the forest with his new friends under Beth's blessing. In a mid-credits scene, while crossing the street, Shaw suddenly gets struck by Bob and Bobby, who humorously mistake him for Bigfoot and strap him on top of their trailer. Unable to escape, Shaw shouts. The camera zooms into his mouth and the rest of the credits appear.